Y'all, can I tell you about these Tecovas boots? I don't know if y'all know this, but these boots are handmade, high quality, stylish, and comfortable right out of the box. I know we buy everything online these days, but boots are something you really should get fitted for. And it just so happens Tecovas is based right here in Austin. So come shop with me at the Tecovas store on South Congress or the Domain. That's TECOVAS.com. Don't go gently, y'all. Today on CityCast Austin, I'm chatting with Austin-based comedian and fellow podcaster Ivy Lee to talk about those absolutely must-do Austin summer items, or as we call it, our Austin summer bucket list. I already know this is going to be a good time. We want to say thank you to Tecovas, our exclusive launch sponsor. It's Tuesday, July 9th. I'm Nikki Devon, and this is what Austin's talking about. All right, let's dive right in. I'm here with Ivy Lee, comedian, actress, writer, producer, and all-around powerhouse. Ivy is the host and creator of the Spotify podcast FOGO, which stands for Fear of Going Outside. What's up, Ivy?
Nikki, are you flirting with me? It's not even Pride Month anymore. Fear of Going Outside. It's a nature show by the most reluctant host ever. So I famously don't like going outside, which is, I think, why you need this perspective in the summer in Texas.
Exactly. I too do not like going outside. I don't like it. So for this episode, we asked Austinites to send us submissions of what's on their essential list of things to do this summer. And boy, did y'all deliver, especially our Hey Austin readers. So obviously, with a typical bucket list, someone is dying or about to die or something. No one is dying here, but we do have a finite amount of time before the summer is over. So the first person we heard back from, I'm gonna start with what I feel like is the coolest. Maybe I'm biased. Gabby wants to check out the Carros e Cultura Lowriders exhibit at the Bullock Museum. It's sponsored by the Albert and Ethel Hertzine Hall and Univision Austin. It has lowrider cars and bikes on display at the Bullock Museum. Now, I have a lowrider soft spot, and so this is
yes. And the irony of lowriders at the Bullock Museum.
Yes. As soon as I saw that, I was like, maybe your girl might have to stop through.
Because Granddad Bullock was like in his carriage being pulled.
Somebody is rolling over in their grave. So like the Bullock Museum is the Bob Bullock Museum. Like it's a museum by UT, in case no one listening knows, with the big, huge star outside that just is like, Texas. That's it. And, so the fact that a very, 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 very cultural, very cultural exhibit.
Cultural. That's our word for it. That's our euphemism.
You know what? I try very hard not to like objectify every person, but all I'm seeing is these
I do it openly. Mm-hmm.
These very sexy older Latinx men in their guayabaras just taking over the Bob Bullock Museum. It makes me very excited.
Mm-hmm. You're like, if you are a midlife divorcee, I think this is the spot.
This is where you need to be. This is where you got till September 2nd. It's there.
If you want to find yourself,
listen,
just a cultured man of Latinidad, like this is
it. I don't know what you're waiting on. You get your little $9 to $13, whatever.
You got that salt. These low, these people who own these cars, they got that salt and pepper hair at this point in life.
And let's be very clear, lowrider history is Texas history. So I'm here for it. Mm-hmm. I'm here for it. So bucket list 2, Cassie said that they want to see a movie at the Paramount Summer Classic Film Series. This is my personal favorite. This is their 50th year. Mm-hmm. They're having special guests, themed events, collectible series. Tickets range all over the place. You have to look it up. But they're doing this until September 1st. Now, I have to know, what has been your favorite movie that you've ever seen at the Paramount? I'm curious.
Oh, I have actually personally never. This is on my bucket list too, because like Robert Rodriguez, some of my favorite directors are kind of like doing their selects at the theater. I've never seen a movie at the Paramount Theater. I've seen TV shows. I go to ATX TV Fest every year. I've gone to stage productions. I've seen lots of stand-up shows. Obviously,
Yeah.
I've never seen a movie there.
So first of all, their lineup this year, I say this every year. I feel like a dork. I say this every year, but their lineup this year is insane. It's like Purple Rain, and it's Purple Rain's 40th anniversary. So they're showing that. They're showing The Wizard of Oz, which is my personal favorite. I can't even get into how much I love it. Not more than The Wiz, but I love it. And they're showing Muriel's Wedding. like it's all over the place.
It's highbrow. It's lowbrow. It's so... They're just giving, to me, it's crazy that people watch movies there because every time I've been in there, it's such a sumptuous, old, historic red curtains, beautiful, ornate ceilings. And I'm like, I did not grow up with movie theaters like that.
No. The movie theaters I grew up with definitely smelled weird and had, crunchy floors.
My children think reclining seats in a movie theater is standard.
Oh my God, you have to take them to the Paramount so they can be like, what is this? What is this peasantry, Mom? What is this? Because the theater is beautiful. My hips do not fit in those seats, as a side note.
No, my children are not going to the Paramount yet. Some things are for mama to enjoy.
That's fair. So the Paramount Theater, y'all, is on 713 Congress Avenue. So for those of you that don't know where it is, that's where it is. And honestly, the admission, the single tickets start at like $9, right?
It's very reasonable, but you gotta psych yourself up to get a parking space.
Okay, now you talking about business. They say you can park at the 600 Congress garage for like $5, right? But that garage is small. So if there's other people in that garage, then you driving around.
Mm-hmm.
You driving around.
Yeah. No, don't bring a date who gets mad looking for parking.
Like
people like drivers like that. Don't bring that date. Bring somebody with a low rider who loves a parallel park. Bring you a sweetie you met at the Bullock Museum.
Yeah, I like to say you got to bring an old head, somebody like named Curtis that'll just like drop you off in front and be like
somebody who's yes,
yeah,
who's unflappable, perfect gentleman.
Yeah, you don't even have to worry about parking, babe. I got it. I'm like, thanks, Daddy. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. That's pro tips from Ivy and Nikki.
Now, okay, so number 3. Lindsay mentioned Legally Blonde, the musical. Now that's playing at the Zilker Hillside Theater, which is this year is their 65th summer musical series. They have that series every year. This is the 65th year. And Legally Blonde is the musical they chose.
Legally Blonde, the movie, was formative for me. So the musical has to be amazing, right?
Listen, I have a confession. I did not see Legally Blonde, the movie, until a smooth 2 years ago.
And how have you been since?
I feel like I missed it. I should have seen it when I was supposed to see it. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, it's God's timing, Nikki. You saw it when you were supposed to see it.
I have developed a recent love for Reese Witherspoon. And somebody was like, oh, her best was Legally Blonde. And I was like, ooh, I don't know. I thought that was like a white people movie. And my very, very Black friend made me sit down and watch Legally Blonde and was like, exactly like you, how has your life been changed? Mm-hmm. And it was great. I mean, it was great. I'm not gonna lie. It was great. But it would have been formative, I think, if I would have seen it before. Have you been to the Zilker Hillside?
I was going to ask you, is that an outdoor amphitheater or?
It is outdoor.
So no, I haven't. I stay inside. I stay inside, Nikki.
I love this. I was like, maybe she's got kids. Maybe she's taking them.
You catch me outside. It's with a taco at 2:00 in the morning when the breeze is soft.
The drunks are out, stumbling around like
right.
zombies.
I'm in a parking lot. I'm in a parking lot at a food truck. It's probably El Darlie's.
Oh my God, I love that. Yeah, okay, so neither of us have been to Zilker Hillside Theater, but I've heard great things. And evidently it's in the Barton Springs Pool Complex. They are on 2206 William Barton Drive, and they are playing Legally Blonde until, it's going on all the way through August 18th.
Those thespians are doing God's work. They are trying to send you a message of feminism and community and liberation during climate change. Y'all need to go and pay your respects.
Support them. They are doing the work that we cannot.
If there's an actor there who's wearing a wig, I'm literally going to throw money at them in the middle of the performance. Literal paper cash. I will literally toss it to them.
I love it. So before we dive into any more summer bucket list items, we are going to take a quick break. I'm back with Ivy Lee, and we are talking about what is on Austinites' summer bucket list. Now, on Abigail's bucket list, Abigail wants to go to a fancy pool and have a cocktail. And now this is now we're talking.
That's the kind of outside I can do. Uh-huh.
Yes, this is Nikki's language for sure. This is my love language. They just opened. There are plenty of places. We recently had an episode about this, and so please definitely go check that episode out, y'all. But I do want to shout out a new place called Cabana Club on 7th Street. Not only does it have a fancy pool and cocktails, you can work from there during the day. So they open at 7 in the morning. So you can grab your laptop. Once you're done, slap on your cute little swimsuit, get the pool. That's it.
Wait, no. Counterpoint.
Yes.
Here's where I think you should go, Abby. Her name's Abby, right? Abby or Abigail?
Abigail, yeah.
Abigail. Here's where I think you should go, Abigail. So Future Front, they are a nonprofit here in town that helps support underrepresented artists. Okay.
Yes.
And in the summer, they have these things called swim sessions. It's the last Thursday of every month at the Line Hotel, Austin. And their house DJ, every year they have a different resident artists in residence, different DJs. So their DJs are DJing. They have various bars. And they also, the hotel itself serves food. And it is every time I go, I feel like I am living in a music video. It's $10. It's
That's
super cheap. Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so all right, I feel like Abigail, now you've been given actually a top tier option. So you need to go let us know how it is. So next, Franklin's Barbecue. That was on Peggy's list. Now right off the bat, you got to know if you want to try Franklin's, and this is no shade, you got to get early and stand in line. I do not do lines.
A local would never. No.
I don't
the line
do lines.
Is for tourists. The line is for tourists. Here's what locals do, okay?
Oh, let's go.
This is a life bucket list because actually we're all dying. So this is a life bucket list thing. It doesn't need to be limited to the summer. What locals do is if you order above a certain amount, and it's something really reasonable, it's a catering order. So you can call it in and on the next day, walk straight up to the window to pick up your catering order.
Minimum order of 5 pounds up to 30 pounds of meat. You ain't got to stand in that line.
So locals do not stand in line at Franklin's, and we certainly don't do it in the summer. Okay?
Literally what I was about to say.
Eat it. We eat it at baby showers, birthday parties, graduations.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we eat Franklin's.
I don't do lines. And so the only reason I know what Franklin's tastes like is because someone had it catered. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But people love Franklin's. They love Franklin's barbecue. People be in camp chairs, sitting outside at 10 o'clock in the morning. I used to see them on my way to work.
Look, if you feel that you have not had enough character building experiences in your life, somehow, trouble missed you somehow. Okay?
Congrats.
Right, then, all right, go stand in line at Franklin's. And if you're local, show all the tourists in line some Southern hospitality, chat them up. I'm not hating on that.
Right.
For you. It's just not for me.
Not for me. I don't have the patience. But okay, so if those of you that don't know where Franklin's is, it's at 900 East 11th Street. You can't miss it. You'll see people standing outside. You can't miss it. You can't miss it. Okay, next up, Brittany. I know I'm gonna get laughed at and drugged for this. I don't care. Brittany wants to see Ben Platt in concert, and I have no idea who that is. So I had to look him up.
I'm Googling it right now.
I had to look him up, and evidently Ben Platt is the person that I saw in that cute movie called Theater Camp, which I loved. And he is going to be here July 12th at Bass Concert Hall. And tickets start at $69. He is evidently a very big deal. He's just a big deal that I don't know nothing about. It's like I think musicals, and
he was in Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, he was in Pitch Perfect and a bunch of other stuff that I should know, but I've only seen him in that movie Theater Camp, which was a cute movie. But yeah, Ben Platt is evidently a very big deal. So I'm not hating on Ben.
So where is Ben going to play?
He's at Bass Concert Hall.
Whoa, that's a huge venue.
It's a huge venue. Tickets start at like $69 and they go up high. Like some of them tickets are like $600.
So, I mean, 69 was already high.
For me. Listen, for me. Ayo. So Bass Concert Hall is at 2350 Robert Dedman Drive. So, if you like Ben Platt, go see. Listen.
I'm so glad your listeners are putting us on some new artists.
I know. Awesome. I'm learning things every day in this job. Okay, so last up, bringing up the rear of our Austinite summer bucket list, Bob says that it is not summer without another outside activity, without maximizing your time on the water. So he wants to paddleboard on Lady Bird Lake. Now, what I will say is I have not personally been on Lady Bird Lake, but what I have heard is that the water at Lady Bird Lake is gross. So again, I'm not knocking it. If that's what y'all want to do, there are a few places that you can rent from. Just Google them. It ranges from about $20 to $25 an hour, but be on the lookout for the blue-green algae. I think that's the thing that's like hurting the dog. So if you're trying to take your little pet, please just be on the lookout for the blue-green algae. And I think you can look up. It'll tell you if the numbers of blue-green algae are high. Oh, and also stay hydrated so you don't need to be rescued, because I can't imagine how embarrassing that is. But well, yes, I can. So we're going to move on to our bucket list, which I'm very excited about. So the first up on my bucket list is, Second Saturday Summer Series at the Blanton has been on my list for a while, and I just never make it because I got ADHD. But on the 13th, from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m., they're doing a swing edition. They're going to have live swing music, swing dance lessons, a pop-up exhibition called Let's Dance that looks awesome. It's all ages, and tickets range from like $10 to $20. I have a complicated relationship with museums and large paintings and murals. But historically, I looked into it, and these prints are tiny. So it's something that I can do without worry. Museums are weird, man. I'm sorry, it's weird. Why do you need a gigantic picture of somebody's face? I don't understand. It's weird, and it freaks me out. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Well, back to the dancing. I love it when I see this style of dancing come across my TikTok For You page. So I'm really interested in checking this out too.
Oh, do it. Okay, so I need to hear your bucket list items. I've talked enough. What's your bucket list items?
Okay, so for me, it's always at all times about the food. I'm like an Asian hobbit. So for me, summer, it's about 2 food items that are best in the summer. Snow cones and mango sticky rice. Mangoes, the rest of the year are not that good, but we are in the middle of mango season, and mango season passes so quickly every year, like a butterfly about to come out of a cocoon, right? Like it is like it is mango season.
I've never had mango sticky rice.
You can get mango sticky rice at minimum at any Thai restaurant in town, and it's like no one can mess up mango sticky rice this time of year because the mangoes are so good. So it's basically impossible to mess it up at this time of year.
It's mango season.
Yes, it's like usually in these like hot months. And snow cones, there's so many different kinds of snow cones. So Here's what I love about snow cones in Central Texas is that there's your standard snow cone flavors from the syrups, but a lot of snow cone trucks will also make a few of their own proprietary fruity syrups,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll be like, Mexican influenced or like Southeast Asian influenced syrups, or just like crazy, whatever's like seasonal influence or whatever. And then there's different kinds of ice. Here's my tip to just really understand the breadth of snow cones. Okay. There's like the ones that everybody knows, I think, by Barton Springs. There's two. There's Snow Beach because it's right by Barton Springs.
Right.
People literally go right off the hiking path and go over to Snow Beach. But also near Barton Springs is Raspas Locas, which also serves a couple other desserts, but they don't just do the snow cones. And then there's we have Casey's New Orleans snowballs, which is over by
my
airport.
Place. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So the reason why he specifies New Orleans snowballs is because the ice is shaped slightly differently. Well, Asian people, we also have our own kinds of like icy desserts. I'm sure you can, I know Coco's is really famous for their boba teas and stuff, but there's like a whole kind of ice dessert next to it. What my kids really like the different flavors. There's an Oreo flavor at Snowball Rice Ball, which is in that Asian shopping center at 99 Ranch on Lamar Airport. You can get, so I go there and I'm like, you have to eat a healthy sushi roll because it's hard to get little kids to eat, right? And then they're like, okay, and now we're going to get a giant Oreo ice dessert. I forget what they're called.
Oh my God.
But it's these like
delicious.
giant ice desserts, and they're so refreshing, and that one's inside. So the other ones are have mostly outdoor seating.
Yeah.
Snowball Rice Bowl is inside, and so then that just gives you. And then we have so many snow cone places here in town.
How do I not know this? How do I not know that there's so many?
You not know about snow cones?
No, you are putting me on for real. And I love a snow cone.
You're welcome.
I didn't even know about all the different types of ice too.
Yes, that's why, because it's the shape of the ice holds the flavor differently. Just like, different shapes of pasta hold different kinds of sauce or meat or vegetables or whatever. They hold the sauce differently. That's the difference.
Okay. Snowball Rice Ball, y'all. It is on 6929 Airport Boulevard. And I am absolutely going because that sounds I'm sorry. That sounds delicious. I'm sorry. That sounds, that's all I can think about now. This was a blast. I mean, yeah, this was great. I thought I had my bucket list all filled out, but now I'm not so sure because you have put me on the snow cones and I'm going to have to rearrange some stuff. Thank you so much for joining us, Ivy.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
We're going to talk to you soon, okay? Bye.
Bye.
That's all for today here on CityCast Austin. You'll find links to Ivy's social media in our show notes. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell a friend who you want to go eat mango sticky rice with, like me? While you're at it, rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our Hey Austin newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Bye, y'all.